Seven of Cups, and the Hierophant. This is funny because I pulled this card and this card came attached to it, and these cards are not sticky. So it's very interesting that this was hidden behind it. It makes me think that there is another woman in the picture. Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Tarot. My name is Holly, so grateful to have you all. Let's get into this reading. I do it in the beginning of the year predictions. Then in the middle of the year I do half year predictions, and it is June, so these are way overdue. Well, not way overdue, but just on time. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm doing a half year prediction of Jay-Z, what's still to come. Can't believe it's already June. It's insane. Time is flying. Excuse me, I have allergies, and I had lost my voice. I just got it back yesterday, so it might be a little low. I apologize. Try to turn up your volume as much as possible, or turn on closed captions. Okay, or subtitles, like they say. Okay, so I'm doing Jay-Z for the rest of the year 2024, or just in the near future, because sometimes time is fluid. Man created time, so energetically sometimes it doesn't match exactly, but it will happen in the near future, intuitively. So with his career being Six of Pentacles, I see very strongly here some kind of business moves, investments. I see in art, specifically art investments. Funny story. I don't know if I've told you guys this. I mean, oh my gosh, it's the anniversary of my channel this month. Crazy. Wow, I just had a revelation. Wow. Thank you everybody for joining, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's June. And I started this channel June 3 years ago. Sanity. So thank you everybody for joining. And thank you for those who are members, and I'm just so grateful. So with Six of Pentacles, okay, I don't know if I told you the story. I used to work at this restaurant where we would have a celebrity every night. It was in Tribeca. Well, more like Soho, Hudson Square area. I don't want to say exactly where. The restaurant was across the street from the artist. Her name is Marina Abramovich. Now, she would come in quite a few times. She gave me a very creepy energy. And she was this artist related to Jay-Z. They did a lot of artwork together. It turns out she came out like 2-3 years ago that he didn't pay her. I'm not surprised. He seems like the type. In fact, a lot of people that I know have worked with Jay-Z or for Jay-Z and do not have good things to say about him. But not a lot of people, but a few people. But it just makes me think of like him using art as a way to divert attention from himself. And I see that very strongly here. It's almost like something's about to come out about him, and he's like, okay, let me invest in this. I see him particularly using like African American art, going to Harlem, like trying to be like, oh, I'm so hip, I'm so trendy, to get away from what's coming, which I strongly believe he's the next one that's going to get cancelled on a Diddy level. So with his love life, Seven of Cups and the Hierophant, this is funny because I pulled this card and this card came attached to it, and these cards are not sticky, so it's very interesting that this was hidden behind it. It makes me think that there is another woman in the picture. I'm not surprised. It's actually really funny. When I was younger, when you look at astrology and they always say, oh yeah, you're compatible with this, compatible with that. I was always compatible with Sagittarius. I'm an Aquarius, and I never dated Sagittarius because I was like, oh my gosh, look at Jay-Z. There's a few other famous Sagittarius men that have cheated. It's all funny, but it just made me think, oh my gosh, I'm never ever gonna date a Sagittarius. I've had good luck with Sagittarius personally in love life, not in friendships, but in love lives. But yeah, so it's just interesting that he has been doing this for a very long time. And I did say that I see what's going to happen and going to lead to him being cancelled is this other woman is going to be revealed. And when she's revealed, it's not Tinashe. Somebody wrote in the comment section, it's Tinashe. It's not Tinashe. I see her being a Caucasian woman. I see her being like dark blonde, like a brownish, like brunette, but it's a little light brown. She looks kind of very mediocre too. Not to be mean, but not as like glamorous as Beyonce. You know, like Beyonce's always like wearing makeup with the whole everything done, you know, which is great. I love glam. But she's going to be very girl next door. And that's going to set people on fire. Because the internet sleuths are going to start looking and looking and looking. And he's going to stand by her. And that's when people are going to be like... And, you know, I see Beyonce being out of the picture. I did say this. I was accurate about that. I said she's going to go away for a while. So I said to another country. I do, after everything's done, see Beyonce moving to Paris or Europe in the near future. So, with his well-being being 2 of Wands and 7 of Pentacles, he's always planning something. This is unfortunate because I feel like, you know, New Yorkers, we get a bad rep. I'm a New Yorker at heart. You know, I lived there for majority of my, not majority, like close to majority of my life. I've lived in the US for a majority of my life, but I really feel like there's so many pros to being from New York. Obviously, the cons are that there's people that are very hustler mentality, and sometimes they'll hustle you. And he's the type that will hustle you, you know. I live in Miami now, and some people really don't get along with New Yorkers. I wouldn't say I have that personality of a New Yorker. I know what they're talking about, but it's just hard to know when people are like, oh yeah, don't move here if you're from New York. I'm like, what's that supposed to mean? So I see him trying to do something to people, and people are really going to start calling him out a lot, constantly. It's going to be like Oprah, constantly being called out, constantly, especially with this woman, and that is going to be the final straw to him being cancelled. But people are going to be like, what took so long? He deserves to be in jail. There's going to be protests, you know. Let me see. There might be a lawsuit. By the way, I'm using a Pixel Tarot. There might be a lawsuit. Let's see. Okay, so I don't get anything about a lawsuit, but I do get him like finalizing details, him preventing himself from being sued, because he is afraid of that. He's very afraid of that. So that's what I have for you guys. I love you all. Please make sure you're subscribed, like the video. Take care.